Nirvana with a song that put the group and grunge on the map. Frontman Kurt Cobain became the voice of his generation, with his band selling 23 million albums in the process. But the music was silenced in 1994 with the death of Cobain. Now, in part 2 of our interview with his widow, Courtney Love, she shares his never-before-released recordings taped just days before his death. It's the sound of Nirvana that has never before been heard until now.
I will never bother you. I will never promise to.
Courtney Love finally faces the music of her late husband, Kurt Cobain.
It was written about 2 weeks before he died, and it is just hard to listen to.
I will never follow you. I will never bother you.
This never-before-released track titled You Know You're Right is one of over 100 recordings that have been locked up since Kurt's death in 1994. Courtney is carefully figuring out a way to release this music without exploiting Kurt's memory. She tells us that the music industry has never given Kurt or his legacy the respect it deserves.
They need to understand, they're dealing with somebody who lost a father and a husband, and that's Shakespearean. It isn't a joke. My blood runs black when you mess with that. And this business hurt him bad.
Courtney has actually filed a lawsuit against Interscope Records, now home to both Nirvana and her band Hole. Music critic and Us Magazine reporter Todd Gold explains Courtney's legal concern.
There were mergers, there were takeovers, and the people who originally signed Kurt Cobain and Nirvana and Courtney Love and Hole are no longer there. And Courtney feels that the people who inherited her did not live up to their promises.
Among those promises, Courtney claims that the label has failed to account for $3 million in back royalties. Today, Love is still making music and is preparing for a new album. Critics who have heard the tracks call it her best recordings yet. Plus, there is reportedly an $18 million record contract on the table from Interscope's parent company, Universal Music Group. This is a far cry from when Kurt was alive.
We had nothing. We had no good sheets. We had no furniture. We had no housekeeper. We had a prefab crappy house. We really didn't experience money. It's like, it's nice. Money's nice.
And Courtney has come a long way. Next fall, look for her in the crime thriller 24 Hours with Charlize Theron and Kevin Bacon. Nancy.